Imagine this: an ancient human fights a modern human. No weapons, no rules, just survival. Who wins? The answer will shock you, because modern humans have become so weak that we wouldn't stand a chance. Let's start with the bones. An ancient human's skeleton was thicker, denser, stronger. Scientists have measured this. The bones of a prehistoric hunter from 10,000 years ago show 10 to 20% more bone density than modern humans. Why? Because they use their bodies constantly, lifting, throwing, climbing, running. Their bones adapted and grew thicker to handle the stress. Every single day was a physical challenge. Their skeletons evolved to be unbreakable. But modern humans? We sit, we type, we drive, we take elevators. Our bones have gotten so weak that one fall can break a hip. One bad landing can shatter an ankle. One weak jump can fracture a leg. Ancient humans fell from trees regularly. They got up and kept moving. No hospitals, no casts. They just healed and survived. We have become fragile. Our bones are literally becoming thinner and weaker with every generation. Doctors call it osteoporosis. Now let's talk muscles. An average ancient hunter had 15 to 20% more muscle mass than a modern person, even without trying. No gyms, no supplements, no personal trainers, just living. They hunted animals that weighed hundreds of pounds. They had to be strong to survive. Weakness meant death, so their bodies adapted. Muscles grew, tendons strengthened. They became machines of pure strength and power. Most modern people cannot do what ancient humans did casually. Can you throw a spear 50 meters with accuracy? Can you run down an animal over long distance until it collapses from exhaustion? Can you climb a tree without getting tired? Can you carry a 50-pound animal on your shoulders for hours? Can you dig a hole in the ground with a stick for an entire hour without stopping? Ancient humans did all of this before breakfast, and they did it every single day for their entire lives. We go to the gym for 1 hour and we're exhausted. We drink protein shakes, we take supplements, and we still can't match the baseline of strength of someone living 10,000 years ago. The difference is not genetics, it's not technology, it's lifestyle. Ancient humans had no choice. They had to be strong or starve. Modern humans have the luxury of being weak. Modern humans think we're good at distance running. We run marathons. We train for months. We brag about it on social media. But ancient humans were runners, not sprint runners, distance runners. The Hadza tribe in Tanzania, who lived exactly like ancient humans did 10,000 years ago, can walk 20 kilometers in a single day searching for food, without stopping, without water breaks, without complaining, with nothing but survival on their mind. Modern athletes train for years to run a marathon, 42 kilometers, once or twice in their lifetime. Ancient humans did the equivalent almost every week, just to eat, just to survive. Their cardiovascular system was built different, literally. Scientists have measured it. Their hearts were 15% larger. Their lungs had greater capacity. Their muscle fibers were optimized for endurance. They could run for hours. We get tired walking to our car. And it's not just running. Endurance was everything. Hunting required patience. Gathering required traveling long distances. Building shelter required hours of physical labor. Their bodies never had rest days, never had Netflix binges on the couch. Every single day was cardio. Every single day was strength training. Their bodies adapted perfectly. Ancient humans had bigger brains than modern humans, not by much, about 10% larger on average. Scientists measured actual skulls from 20,000 years ago. Bigger brain size usually means more cognitive ability, more intelligent, more problem-solving power. But modern humans have actually gotten lazier mentally. Our brains have shrunk slightly over the last 20,000 years. Why? Because we outsourced our thinking. Calculators do math for us. GPS does navigation. Phones store all our memories. We don't have to remember anything anymore. We don't have to think. We just Google it. But ancient humans, their brains were constantly working every single second, mapping landscapes in their minds, remembering which plants were poisonous, which berries were safe, which animals were dangerous, tracking animals across miles of terrain by reading tiny signs in the dirt. reading weather patterns, predicting seasons. Every single day was a test of intelligence and survival. They had to be sharp or they died. We have to be sharp to send an email. And mental toughness? Ancient humans experienced real hardship every day. Hunger, cold, pain, danger, death of loved ones. They had to process trauma and keep moving. Modern humans get anxious about a text message. We need therapy for minor discomfort. We take antidepressants because life is slightly difficult. Here's something that will blow your mind. Ancient humans rarely got sick, not because they had medicine, they didn't have antibiotics or doctors, they had nothing. But their immune systems were incredibly strong. Why? Because they were constantly challenged. They ate fresh food, no processing, no preservatives, no artificial ingredients. Their gut bacteria was diverse and healthy from eating hundreds of different plants. They moved constantly, natural exercise all day long. They slept according to natural light, no artificial lights keeping them awake at 2 a.m. They were exposed to dirt, to nature, to challenges. Their immune systems got stronger with every exposure. Modern humans, we are sick all the time. Allergies, asthma, autoimmune diseases, back pain, weak immune systems, anxiety, depression, obesity, diabetes. We have antibiotics and doctors and hospitals, yet we're weaker and sicker than ever. The irony is crushing. We have all the medical technology in the world and we're more fragile than ever. Ancient humans lived 30 to 40 years on average, but those years were quality. No chronic pain, no sitting in offices destroying their backs, no stress eating processed food. When they did get sick, their bodies fought it off. When they died, it was usually a sudden, from infection or injury, not slowly degrading over decades like we do, not spending our last years in a hospital bed, weak and dependent. We have traded longevity for quality of life. We live longer but weaker. Ancient humans lived shorter but stronger.